Hello and welcome to another session of Bandwidth on CKMS 102.7 FM. You'll be with me, Priscilla, for the next hour. For those unfamiliar with Bandwidth, it's a student-run show by members of Jam Network, a student club on the University of Waterloo campus. We host different events to connect the music community, such as open mics, jams, and much more. Right now, we have a listening party on campus listening to me doing their listening party in AL 209. If anybody's listening and they want to pop in, they're doing a creative writing roulette, which sounds interesting, and I'm really bummed out that I'm missing it. But I'm here to supply you with music, which is even better. All right. So for tonight, I have something a little different for you. Instead of coming on here and like fangirling about like Britpop and like obscure British genres that I usually do, I'm going to be switching it up and sharing some hiplife tracks that I grew up listening to. For starters, I am Ghanaian, and I think the mix of like Ghana being in the World Cup and like winning that like game against Panama 1-0 and Marissa's show last week kind of inspired me to share music that I don't usually share with people, just because I think a part of me doesn't want to be outcasted, and a lot of this music was only ever popular in Ghana, and I know little pockets in Africa like Nigeria. I know some artists had success in like Liberia and countries like that. So it's always something that I never really like shared as a kid or even like a teenager growing up. And then I discovered like the obscure British genres, and that made it a lot more easier to interact with people about music wise. But I think maturing and growing up, realizing that like the music that comes from the country that I'm from isn't embarrassing. So we're going to share some of those tracks with you tonight. Hiplife is a genre that came out of Ghana in the 1990s, which combines American hip-hop beats with hiplife music, which originated in then Gold Coast in the 1870s. It uses Western instruments, but also uses like an African meter. Like I'm not a music person. Like I don't know music theory that well, so I'm not sure about that. But it doesn't use like the Western structure of music. A lot of it uses jazz and these different kinds of things to storytell. And in 2025, actually, it was recognized as an intangible cultural heritage by the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. So, if you might have guessed, hiplife combines the two genres. It hit its peak in the 2000s, and I feel like it captured such a vibrant time for Ghana. I was born here, but my mom immigrated in the mid-2000s, so it almost felt like I grew up in Ghana just because I was her first child, and she just carried all her Ghanaian traditions with her, which I am so thankful for because I think it makes me a well-rounded person. But anyways, it was so hard to choose a track because there's so many great artists, and all these artists that I'm playing tonight all have multiple songs that are amazing, but I had to pick and choose. So, with the first song I've chosen is Wafom by Dasabre Jamina, and he is a popular artist who's actually born in Kofori Dua, which is where my family's from in Ghana, in the eastern region capital in Ghana. And he became very popular for his hit Kokoko in 1999, which featured Lord Kenya. And this was the first major fusion of hip life and high life in Ghana. And he had very successful albums afterwards. Sadly, he did pass away from illness. July will be 10 years. But you couldn't go to like a party in the 2000s without hearing Dasabre. Like it was a banger. And I've chosen Wafom just because it's a banger. Like, I feel like every time I listen to it, I'm like taken back to those parties where you're sitting in the chair, the banquet hall, and you're like, I want to go home, but your parents are having a good time. But without further ado, I'm going to stop my talking and I'll let you listen to the first track. Here it is.
Sikamu onye mo so ni mi, basha ri shame kanin From the end to a day, remember to the end, okay. When you say one for me, why we put our bet Sherry, Sherry, all the boys shall share me the waffle. Sherry, Sherry, all the boys shall share me the waffle. Sherry, Sherry, all the boys shall share me the waffle.
You wanna know? Sugar tone.
What you got so be anyway? Unitia, Satrobe, Yakam open in India will be passed to Subago, Kotokusa Brobe. Make una bow down one and only a guinea magino. Make one about down one and then only a guinea magino. Or the boss shall share me wafumo. Or the missy boss shall share me wafuma. Okasa wafan me fontin no whoop up and for me say, hurry. So boss shall share me no waffle. Hurry, hurry up. So boss shall share me no waffle. Hurry, hurry up. So boss shall share me no waffle. Hurry, hurry up. So boss shall share me no waffle. Hurry, hurry up. So much I'll share me the waffle. Hurry, hurry up. So much I'll share me the waffle. Sherry, Sherry up. So much I'll share me the waffle. No crap, tell me.
All right, that was the first track. That was Wafom by Dasaberry Gemina. I had also forgot to mention that none of these songs tonight will be in English. They are sung in the language that is spoken in Ghana, Twi. So I will translate where I can. Like I'm not gonna lie, my Twi isn't perfect, but I can translate for the most part. This song though, am I 100% sure what the lyrics are about? Not really, but it's catchy, and I think that's what matters when you make music. On to the next song. The second song that I've chosen is Caforgia Flowers by Kofi B. And Kofi B was another musician. He was known for a couple of songs, but I think this one was his most popular with his friend Ofori Ampunsa, which I will be playing later on. He died in February 2020 of a heart attack prior to a concert, and it's very sad. I think a lot of musicians that I am playing tonight, I do feel a little grief just because most of them have passed. But I don't know what it is about like musicians in Ghana, but they just pass early. But anywho, we're not here to mourn, we're here to celebrate. So here is Caforgia Flowers, and the title comes from the town Caforgia, and there is a tale that when the town was... When another tribe, which I can't remember, came to the town, they found the girls very beautiful, so they called them Flowers. So there's like a whole nickname that like the girls there are called like Caforgia Flowers. And I feel like every time like I have mentioned it to like an auntie or an uncle that like that's where my family's from, they start singing this song, which I find kind of sweet. But it is catchy. It's just like, this one's just like, this Kofi B's just in love with the girl from the city, and she's beautiful like the flowers, and it's like a love song. Like in the music video, it's like, he's like a very short guy, so I find it kind of funny whenever I saw this, because he's like a short guy with a very like tall woman, which tall woman, short guy relationship, let's go. And there's like, in like the papyrus font just across the screen, love is sweet. And it used to piss me off before I wasn't in a relationship, because I'm like, oh my god, love isn't sweet, I'm not in love. But now I am in love, so I can relate to this song. Without further ado, here is Caforgia Flowers by Kofi B.
ramen puli, ironi ramen puli, yeah, ramen puli. That's so trago kunwa. Mana bro, no go fit so baby mama. Ada bebo yeso, ada bebo yeso. Mana ramen puli, ironi ramen puli, yeah, ramen puli. That's so trago kunwa. Mana bro, no go fit so baby mama. Ada bebo yeso, ada bebo yeso. Danga zanga zana, miwama. Danga zanga zana, miwama. Danga zanga zana, miwama. Ondo meshe mikawa. Esu meshe mikawa. Ondo meshe mikawa. Esu meshe mikawa. Ondo meshe mikawa. Esu meshe mikawa. Ondo meshe mikawa.
All right, you're listening to Bandwidth on CKMS 102.7 FM, and that was Conforgia Flowers by Kofi B. The next song I have up on the journey that we're taking tonight, discovering hip life songs, is no other than Daddy Lumba. Daddy Lumba is probably, if not one of the most influential Ghanaian musicians that's come out of the country. I feel like you can't talk about Ghanaian music and not mention Daddy Lumba. He is so iconic. He's, again, going to be dead for about a year next month. But he was so prominent. He was able to take Ghanaian culture and folklore and combine it with the ever-changing beats and music that was going on around him. He had lyrics that touched on love, life, death, money, poverty, pleasures of the world, spirituality, and sensuality. And depending on how you felt about him, you can't deny the impact he's made on the Ghanaian music industry. He started off in Germany making music with a fellow artist called Nana Champong, and they were immigrants living in Germany at the time. And I recently just learned that there was a subgenre called a borga, a hiplife, which is interesting. I didn't know that. So the term like a borga comes from Guineans going to, is there a town called Berger in Germany? I'm assuming there is. Like, going to Germany and coming back from abroad. It's usually men who come back and they're flashy with their money, like, oh, yeah, you're a booga type of thing. So he was into that when he first started his music, which I had no idea. And he was a duo with Nana Champong for a while and then went solo in the 90s. He's won 7 Ghana Music Awards and in 2024 received the national honors and award. And I also just learned that one of his songs was included in an Apple Music exclusive playlist curated by King Charles III for Commonwealth Day. So if King Charles III, which I'm not saying he was a great guy, but if he's listening to him, I mean, maybe you should too. Again, there are so many different tracks I can choose by him, and he has so many great albums. I think he's pushing over 40 albums. Like, this guy was like pumping stuff out. But I think I've decided on one that this was actually my dad's ringtone at some point in like the early 2010s. So that kind of holds a nostalgic feeling for me. It's called Give and Take, and here it is by the one and only Daddy Lumba.
It's a holiday.
holiday. Tree holiday. Send you thinking no doctor, no chinchin, no fear, no papa. Yeah, where you no bad say. Oh, see tata, chia obe purami. Nanso bingo. What you to so that ba obe kiako. Nanso mama. Every day. Give and take. Shampoo. And yes, this year. Give and take. Pull and push. And yes, this year. Give and take, and yes, this year, Nesako, Odoko, no daba. Give and take, pull and push, and yes, this year, give and take, and yes, this year,
All right, that was Give and Take by Daddy Lumba. If you've just tuned in, you're listening to Bandwidth on CKMS 102.7 FM. And tonight, me, Priscilla, will be taking you through some essential hip life tracks that I personally grew up hearing. All right, so the next track on my list is Emanuela by Afore Mpunza. I mentioned him earlier when we played Koforgia Flowers by Kofi B. He's the one who produced that album for him. They were good friends. But Afore Mpunza is a legend in his own right. He is regarded as one of he's up there with Daddy Lumba for hip life musicians. He won 7 awards in one night at the 2006 VGMAs, which is the Ghana Music Awards that they have. He's Mr. Worldwide. He's performed in London, New York, Chicago, Sierra Leone. His music has more of an R&B influence. I think his biggest inspiration is Michael Jackson, if I believe. So he takes from that. He started off working with Daddy Lumba in 1999, but he didn't fully launch his career until 2000 and didn't get really popular until 2005 when he's dropped Emanuela, Uteleg, Cinderella, all these songs that were very, very popular at the time. And he performed in Liberia, and some compare the reaction that he had when he touched down in Liberia to Michael Jackson. So can I call him the Ghanaian Michael Jackson? I think I can. Here is Emanuela. It is also another party essential. You can't go to a Ghanaian party without hearing Emanuela, Uteleg, or Cinderella. But they were so hard to choose from. There's also Kwame K, which I was going to play originally, but I was like, Emanuela is catchier. So we're going to go with Mr. All For Real's Emanuela.
Collaborate and listen. One man here. One baby at the shop. And one baby at the shop. Monshanani. See how I want to be a sin. Want to be a sin, I'm in Uno. Want to be a sin, I'm in Siano.
Internet is where I wanna take you, baby girl. I'm a power, I'm a power, I'm a sense of young way. Would you want I am a seven hour on the way? We'll be running with it, my titty, and them way. Miss me so, mama so, I stand up, so we are be rocking, I'm messing up our pass. So I said, I'm gonna make a decision, what to try so. Yeah, my girl, my little lady, my girl, my girl, my roski pan,
Message trends. Young fan piano, chassia. Young color baka, chassia. Young fan piano, chassia. Young color
I bet everybody named Emanuela in 2007 was tearing up the dance floor of this track. The next song that I have is Atadwe by Papa Shi. There's not much information about Papa Shi online, which I find with a lot of like Ghanaian artists. Like I find it very difficult to find like the year that albums were released or information or like how old they are even. As far as I'm aware, Papa Shi is now an evangelist, and he's like denounced all the music that he's made or something like that. But he was kind of a player. Like this song, Atadwe, came out in 2000, and there's a music video for it on YouTube, and he's very much like player. Like he's got a bunch of girls in his like video vixens. So I'm like, I guess people change, but. This one's a catchy one. I think Atadwe translates to it's tiger nut, I believe, like a type of nut. I think it's prevalent in Africa and South America, if I'm remembering this correctly. Do I know the correlation to the title and the lyrics? Not entirely. This one, I've had trouble picking up on the words on this one, but regardless, I think it's catchy. Like he goes like minam 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 minam. Like it's a very catchy song. So here it is.
Nana Santi Mampohini or Sable to the second, or the say or the tattoo.
I will also say that there's this funny thing that Ghanaian radio artists do where they just like turn down the music. And they'll just like talk over the most random thing, and I don't know why they do it, but I thought it would be funny to do that just now. This is like the peak of just listening to Ghanaian radio as a child. You are on CKMS 102.7 Radio Waterloo. Okay, I'll stop bothering now. I'll let you listen to the song in its full entirety.
Baby, sent to a type of day, and I'm the man okay, Kabisima, Alaji, Minam, 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 oh, Minam, 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 so Atadi, Maria, Dende, Atadi, Watadi, Atadi, Watadi, Atadi, Watadi. Baby, baby. Sent to a type yet they say I'm the man who kick up his simma. Alaji, mina 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 mina. Mina 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 mo. Mina 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 so atadi Maria di dende atadi. Watadi. Atadi. Watadi. Atadi. Watadi. Atadi. Watadi. Say media, man oh them na media dance say media, man oh them na media dance say media, man oh them na media dance say media, uno a try me, uno a try me, uno a try me, uno a try me,
All right, that was Atadre by Papa She. The next song that I have up is Abiba by Rex Omar. Rex Omar, whose real name is Rex Owusu-Marfo, is another popular Ghanaian hiplife artist. He first rose to prominence in 1989 in a rap duo. I believe they were a rap duo. And then he pursued a solo career afterwards. This song, Abiba, I believe, came out in 1998, and it's named after his wife. After he kind of gave up the music thing, he became the head of the Ghana Music Rights Organization, and he is now an active advocate for greater copyright protections for Ghanaian musicians, which is very popular. So I feel copyright is not taken very seriously over there. So I'm glad that somebody's doing it. And he's also called for greater protections for the Ghanaian music market from foreign competition. He's a cool guy. I'm only familiar with this song, but I'm sure he has bangers. I only heard this one at parties that I was forced to go to growing up. But without further ado, here is Rex Omar and Abiba.
Palm wine seller, you go they make I melt inside. I feel, I say you freak me. Palm wine seller, you freak me, you go they make I die.
Did you know that there are two versions of this song? I didn't know either. So we're going to play the more upbeat one, which I believe is a remix, now that I think about it. Because when I looked up these songs, I was like, oh, that doesn't sound right. But here is the one that I had in mind. And this is the one that played at parties.
I'm in the mood. My honey, I'm gonna rock you tonight. 'Cause I'm in the mood. Abiba, why don't go to where I'm in the mood? Abiba, why don't go to where I'm in the mood? Yeah. Abiba, why don't go to where I'm in the mood? Abiba,
Well, there was Abiba by Rex Omar. You got to hear two versions of that tonight. Surprise! Alright, so for the next song that I have in my playlist is Amachi Dede, Iron Boy. Amachi Dede is, again, like he's a little older than the people that I've played so far, but his impact on the Ghanaian music scene, again, is like very, very up there. He started off playing high life, like in bands, and he moved to Nigeria where he had a couple of hits. He dominated the scene, and he's very popular. He's done concerts like locally and internationally. He also owns a popular bar in Accra, the capital, called a Brante Spot, which is cool. And other musicians come and play live all the time. He has so many hits, and he's made so many albums, and has played so many genres. I believe my mom has seen Dasabre and Amachi Dede, I believe, in Kaforjua in Jackson Park. It's like this huge plot of land where they do like any event you can imagine has happened in Jackson Park. And I think that's super cool. Like I'm a little jealous of her. I wish I saw these people live. But I think his most popular song is Iron Boy, and Iron Boy is about a story of a lover who had to travel abroad and left the other partner behind. And Amachi Dede is remembering and reminiscing about the moments with his lover, especially their last moment at the airport, how they kiss goodbye and they leave. And while she's gone and there's no sign of her coming back, he starts losing sleep at night. He's not hungry anymore, and just feeling horrible in general, just hoping that his partner will come back. So one day he goes to the airport in anticipation that he will meet her on the day that he goes to the airport. And it's a coincidence that he sees somebody that looks like his girl that's coming off of a plane. So with all the joy in his heart, he runs up to her. Then he realizes that it wasn't her after all, which sums up the end songs like Odo Amami Atu Mimrika Hunu Iron Boy A Ene Hao, which translates to my lover has made me run in vain. Iron Boy, that's not her. But it's interesting because this has been like his nickname, Iron Boy. And it's a classic. Like, I feel like it's one of those songs that it's like, if you don't know this song as a Ghanaian, why have you not heard of this song? And again, like a party banger. And I really hope he lives long. He has been living long, and I hope he continues to release music because he is such a talented musician. So without further ado, I will share Amache Dede's Iron Boy with you. Oh, right. So my hour is almost up, and I have one final song for you. The song that I have here is Azonto Ghost by Bisa KD. I chose it because I just threw it on. This was like a last minute pick, but there is actually a Ghanaian movie with the same title, which is really funny if you watch it. I think there's English subtitles on it on YouTube if you do want to take a listen, but it's great. It's essentially Ghanaian Thriller. Take the music video for Thriller, but like put it in Ghana. It's one of those things that like kind of scared me as a child because it's like the CGI is kind of sucks, but like watching it as an adult is hilarious because it's like, how did I find this scary when I was 6 years old? But Bisa Kitty has a couple of tracks. He has like Brother, Mensa. There's numerous amount of tracks I can choose from him, but we'll end off tonight with his music. I've been Priscilla, and I've been your host for tonight for Bandwidth on CKMS 102.7 FM. Bandwidth is a student-run show run by students that are part of Jam Network, a club at the University of Waterloo campus. We do lots of different events, open mics, jams, listening parties. We have a production club. We have vocal victories if you want to learn how to sing. And on the 28th, I believe it's the 20... Wait, let me check my calendar. 27th. The 27th, there's an album concert, and it's Car Seat Headrest, I believe, Twin Fantasy. Have I listened to that? Yes, it's the 27th. Thank you for correcting me, Shabbat. It's Car Seat Headrest, Twin Fantasy. I have not listened to this album, but I'm familiar with most of the people that will be playing, and they are great. They're very talented. It will be at Emmanuel United Church in Uptown Waterloo. You should check it out. Check out the Jam Network Instagram, which is jamnetwork_UW, to get more details and get tickets. It will be a blast, and I better see you there. All right, that's it for me from tonight, and I will leave you with Azonto Ghost.
Hey, 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 Shada won't never be mommy. I won't never. Monso my family, my tete my brother. And come on, Pamina, men quiet. And come on, Jamina, men quiet. Monso my jojo me, my tete me, my kume, ya. Maybe Azonto, yeah, best Azonto, Azonto, go. Me a John in the car, Azonto, go. Me babe, come with the John in the dream. Azonto, go. Me a John in the car, Azonto, go. Me babe, come with the John in the dream. Azonto, go. Me a John in the car, Azonto, go. Me babe, come with the John in the dream. Azonto, go. Me a John in the car, Azonto, go. Azonto, mama, Janina go, papa, Janina go, Siwa, Wantia now, uncle, Janina go, mama, Janina go, papa, Janina go, Siwa, Wantia now, uncle, I am only enemy, to Mumba Masame, Mumba Minimum. Mumba Masamati, so Nadia Mova Majo, Mamma, Janina go, papa, Janina go, Siwa, Wantia now, uncle, Janina go, mamma, Janina go, papa, Janina go, Siwa, Wantia now, uncle, maybe Azonto, yeah, best Azonto, Azonto, goes. Azonto goes. Azonto goes. Azonto goes. na ko suwa meba meba meba.
102.7 Radio Waterloo.
My name is Peggy Weaver, and my friends and I are thrilled to be back making glorious music featuring heartfelt folk, blues, gospel harmonies, classic sing-alongs, and soulful acoustic performances. This unforgettable evening of music will raise funds for the children of Gaza. Although the destruction of Gaza is not in the news now, the children of Gaza still live in rubble and tents and are in greater need of emergency aid than ever. A night of inspiring music to bring people together and make a difference for Gaza's children. Donations are tax deductible through the Mennonite Central Committee. And this is my special invite to you for Thursday, June 25th, 7 p.m. at St. Jacob's Mennonite Church, 1310 King Street North in St. Jacobs. Admission is free.